Hi, I'm Dave Granger, and I'd like to welcome you to the Guilds Classics. This is a YouTube channel that showcases the various skills, talents, and crafts that the employees here use to restore people's cars. You know, it's no secret that I'm a Land Rover enthusiast. I mean, I started driving Land Rovers in my early 20s, and I've had a lot of them over the years. You know, in the late 80s and into the 90s, there were Land Rovers that I always really admired, and those are the ones that were built for the Camel Trophy. And, you know, the Camel Trophy wasn't really a race, it wasn't really a rally. What it was an endurance trek. A whole bunch of guys were selected from a lot of different countries, and each team was given a Range Rover or a Land Rover or a Defender, depending on what years they were. There was a number of trucks, I think maybe 10, 15, 20 trucks, and they had crews selected from all over the world, and you basically went on an expedition. And those expeditions were through some of the most rugged territory in the world. So it wasn't something where, you know, one guy would race against another. It was something where when one guy got stuck, everybody would go and help them. You know, these vehicles were completely submerged. They were rolled over. You know, they were very badly damaged, and then did field repairs on them. So, you know, it was a real feat. And I mean, I think the last one was in 2000, and the series ran for 10, 15 years. And it was just exciting in the day. There wasn't that much done on it as far as video and that kind of thing. But, you know, if you were a follower, and I was a follower of the races back then, it was just something that was so cool. It wasn't like any other kind of automotive event that was in existence at the time. When the Camel Trophy race was first begun, it was actually, I think, the first year they ran it with Jeeps, and then other off-road vehicles sort of filtered in. So you probably saw Nissan Patrols and Toyota Land Cruisers and that, but as time went on, sort of the cream rose to the top, and as the years progressed, it was just basically Land Rovers that were running the race. And whether that was because the others faltered, well, I know a lot about the others, and I could actually see that some of them would be really hard pressed to do this event, whereas Land Rovers, as oddly engineered as they are in many cases, are really tough and basically built for off-road first and on-road a distant second, at least in the period that this truck was built. So what we have here is one of the Camel Trophy racing vehicles. It's a Defender, 110-inch wheelbase. This one reputedly ran as a competitive vehicle in 2 of the races and as a support vehicle in 2 other races. And when we looked up some of the documentation, there were indeed the races that this one is bannered. We're always on the lookout for vehicles that aren't quite real, but I'm pretty sure this is the real deal. And as such, it's incredibly rare. And well, there's going to be, when it does come on the market, and it may soon, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to be really intensely interested in this thing. Aside from me, because boy, I can't walk by this without thinking, well, I just got rid of a really old beaten up Land Rover. Is it time for a new one? And then I think, well, Janice has already got a really old beaten up Land Rover, but boy, it isn't this. So you know, I'm tempted. I shouldn't be, but you never know. But stay tuned, because there'll probably be more about this truck as we go. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you want more information, visit our podcast. The link is in the description below.